Knicks rehab.
Obviously, what's in the air? Giannis, Bobby Marks is on it. He's saying it's going to be difficult.
Expectations now compared to 2011, but they had a pretty good team, and they went out and traded a lot of good players and picks and stuff when they went out and got Carmelo. And it's totally 14 or 15 years later, but it's the in-season trades when you're taking 3 or 4 players off your roster and doing that. I think with New York, are they good enough? I think what we've seen of late, the Toronto game on Wednesday, certainly most of that Philly game on Saturday, I think you have to be somewhat comfortable as far as where they're playing right now. They've got some winnable games coming up right now, but it is a risk. A team that's I guess built to win now, and you say yeah, you can get Giannis and you can accelerate that here, but I think the big question is certainly it would be Towns, I would think, right? And then what other pieces? Is it Bridges? Is it Anunoby? I think when we're talking about expanding it to 2 or to 3 or 4 teams, if you're Milwaukee, you're saying, wait a minute, what does Anunoby do for us? And then I'll be like, wait a minute, I'll call Portland and try to get our picks back, right? There's all these different mechanisms here as far as how this thing would basically get built out. But for New York, I just think, man, it is a risk. I know I get the appeal of Giannis and I get the appeal of how great he is. But I do think it's a risk. This is, as you mentioned it, Brian, and certainly Kevin, this is a perfect off-season trade, right? This is what you want to do in the off-season. You don't want to do this on February 5th and you've got 30 games left in the season.
If the Knicks acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo, would it be the greatest Knicks acquisition of all time?
Over Patrick Ewing being drafted number 1 overall? I don't want to upset Flea. I know he a big Pat guy.
Ain't nothing upset me,
I ain't got time to be arguing with this nigga. Right? But if we was to acquire Giannis, yes, this would be the biggest move in New York Knicks history. It would be bigger than us getting Patrick Ewing from Georgetown, number 1 overall pick. Because I think Giannis, he would just shift everything. Pat. I love Pat. Because I love Pat, right? And Pat was the Knicks. Just the grit, the toughness, the defense, just never giving up. But what Giannis is, on and off the court, what he brings on the court and business-wise, if we're looking at everything, this may be the biggest move in New York Knicks history. If we can acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo, former champion, former 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, a walking 35-15, the city will be on fire every night in the Garden. On fire. Now, Patrick Ewing, listen, he came here, brought us to 2 finals, and he just was everything for us. But I'm going to be honest, it's not that big of a gap. But I think Giannis, if we could get Giannis, that might be the greatest move in Knicks history. I think so. Might be the. See, I was about to say something crazy. I was about to say something crazy. Go ahead, Flea. Because I was about to say, because New York, we've had a lot of great acquisitions, right? A-Rod to the Yankees. This Giannis thing, man, we can act like it ain't nothing. This is the first time in a long time where one player was the whole trade deadline. We don't care about nothing else. And if he's in that blue and orange, downtown 34th Street, I'm going to be honest, bro. We ain't never seen no shit like this. I'm sorry. Clyde was too early for me. Big shout out to him, right? Those Knicks teams that won. I was around for Platinum, Pandemonium, right? But this right here, we get Giannis, it'll be like nothing else. So I'm giving the edge to Giannis. I think this would be the greatest move in Knicks history if we can get Giannis over Pat being number 1 drafted overall from the great Georgetown.
Flea, you've been on the record. You've been off the record. Patrick Ewing disrespect is not allowed in your presence. How do you feel about all balls? Thoughts on if Giannis becomes a Knick? He tops Patrick Ewing being drafted #1 overall by the New York Knicks.
I mean, I think it's only the greatest move if Giannis wins a championship. Because if he comes here and does not win a championship, it's the equivalent. And it might be even worse because Sherwin thought he said some slick shit and said Patrick Ewing was never the best player in the league. But guess what? If Giannis comes here and doesn't win and he's the best player in the league, what the fuck does that say about Giannis? Big shout out to Sherwin. Sherwin's our guy. But he tried to say some slick shit. Patrick was never the best player in the league. You damn right he wasn't. But if Giannis comes here and doesn't win, being the quote-unquote best player in the league, we got a problem. We got a problem. So it's huge, though. It's huge. It's huge. Giannis is a champion. Giannis is a former MVP. I don't think we've ever traded for somebody of his caliber, right? Patrick Ewing got drafted. Obviously, we were one of the worst teams in the league. He gets drafted, plays half the season. We are a bad team. But from then on, after Patrick's year 2, all we did was go like this. A lot of pressure on Patrick. Patrick was in an era that was tough. Right? You played during that Michael Jordan era where Mike is just winning at a high level. You in a tough spot. I don't care how good your team is. I always bring it to y'all all the time. Say what y'all want about Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing's second best player at the height of his career is John fucking Starks. Miss me with if John Starks is your second best player, does that mean you are a championship level team? I don't care how much you niggas love John Starks. Be honest with yourself. You made yourself believe John Starks was going to stop Michael Jordan. That's what we was at home thinking. John Starks was going to stop Michael Jordan. So again, like Pat gets a raw deal a lot of the times. But I just think that Giannis coming in here, the only way this makes it a great move is if he wins the championship. You win a championship, that puts you, above some of the guys, especially Patrick Ewing. We love him, but winning a championship in a city that hasn't won one in 50 plus years, that's tough. That's tough. That is tough. So if he's able to accomplish that, yeah, I'm rolling. Right now, I don't know. Love Giannis. We'll see.
That's a great point. Winning does matter as much as I say we start to overrate championships when we compare players. When it comes to the Patrick Ewing thing, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be hating on it because this man right here, Willis Reed, was knocking motherfuckers the fuck out on the bench. He was not for play. Of course, way before my time. He was knocking out 4 Lakers at a time on the court. Marv Albert said Willis Reed was so competitive. The next competitive player I ever encountered was Michael Jordan. Marv Albert said it. I said, yo, this motherfuckers must be crazy. And the way Clyde talks about him, he said, yo, man, anytime somebody hit me on the car, like, yo, go get him, Willis. It's like, oh, shit. Country strong. I think, obviously, just drafting him, then you get Bill Bradley, you make these trades in the 70s, and it's the boring answer, but it's 2 chips. Giannis, to Flea's point, will have to win. You got to win because the acquisition was Willis Reed, then we won. Patrick Ewing led to the losses. He famously couldn't even, when we break this thing down, what we always say about LeBron, he jumped teams, but he won. Y'all motherfuckers jumping teams not winning. Patrick Ewing, he was in that era where David Falk had the same agent as Michael Jordan. You didn't re-sign X-Man. You didn't do what you had to do off the court. There's certain things we could talk about. Willis Reed said, at his time, he couldn't be a free agent and all that. Let the team do them. We're talking about probably, at this point, people will say top 5, top 10 most influential teams of all time, but they up there. They changed sports.
Yeah.
Willis Reed is a different level. Now, if Giannis comes here and he does that, then yeah. But we're gonna feel the fever. It's gonna feel like the Ewing lottery that I never experienced. If you go get Giannis, like, oh shit. Sherwin is right about that. He might be the best player in the league right now with the right team. But you gotta win, bro. That shit sounds good. I'm a villain now, and I don't care. I'm a thumbs down the crowd, and you gotta get out of Milwaukee first. You want to show some cojones? I'm getting a little Giannis. It's out there already. Tell the whole world you want to come to New York if you want to come here so bad. You want to beat Willis Reed and all that. You want to be we're talking about Willis Reed 60 years ago. Every time they make fun of us, they say, yo, y'all ain't winning 50 years. Who do y'all think y'all are? Y'all a bunch of bums. And the only reason we can say that is because of Willis Reed. A huge reason why. So I love what Flea said. Bro, that shit will be nothing. If Giannis comes here and we do nothing, that shit will be embarrassing. We got the missed finger roll from Patrick Ewing and all that.
So
chill. All right.
So Flea, dare I say, and we don't have to expound on it, right? But dare I say, we get Giannis and don't win. That's probably the biggest letdown, probably in sports history, at least New York history.
And the Knicks would be right a part of it.
Right, I'm saying first to go berserk, and then he comes here. Let's just say he's here for however many years, and we don't win. Would that be like the greatest letdown in Knicks history, New York history?
Definitely New York, but Flea.
For sure.
We saw with Miami when LeBron went to Miami for the first year. Everybody was laughing at him. Not one, not two, not three. And then they had to come back and win. Because if they don't win, LeBron is a laughing stock. He ain't got no more fans. Nike won't know what to do.
Talking about
LeBron. If Giannis comes here and does all that shit, all that flexing, all the thumbs down, you come to New York and you lose?
Flea, quick question.
Now you really the villain. Nigga.
Right. All right, so hold on. quick question. I need y'all to respond to this. Y'all can be quick, pause in chat. Please respond to this. Giannis comes here. How patient? How many years you give him, Flea, before we win? Not get to the finals. How patient are you? Because remember, when LeBron went to Miami, everybody said automatically, we ain't waiting for shit. Y'all got to win right now. So I'm asking you, how patient would you be? Chat, how patient would y'all be?
I want to fight this nigga sometimes.
I'm good, man.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You are disgusting. Yo, G Dot. Hey, G Dot, I know you're here. This is a dirty ass nigga right here. He is a dirty.
Listen, when I do this here, I'm up to something.
Oh, you a dirty ass nigga. Listen, why are you asking me? Don't ask me that. Don't ask me. You know I built in.
I asked the chat too.
Hey, listen, man. Changes happen. I build in grace automatically. Mike Brown came in. I already knew he wasn't winning the championship this year. I knew it already.
Hold on.
When change happens,
no. Stay there. You going too fast. What was Eric?
I'm not speeding.
When LeBron went to Miami, was Eric Spo considered a great head coach? Just yes or no.
When say it again?
When LeBron went to Miami, was Spo considered a great head coach?
No, he hadn't been he hadn't been coaching.
Okay, so let's forget the coaching and all. I'm asking you a simple question. Yeah. How patient are you if we land Giannis by the trade deadline? Mm-hmm. How patient are you to say, Giannis, get the fucking job done?
I need to see us in the finals next season.
That's all.
If we get the trade done at this deadline, I do not expect us to be a championship contending team this year. I fully expect us to get something done in the summertime to reconstruct the roster for us to be in the finals next summer. That's what I got. You got a year to get it done.
Fabian.
To be in the show. I don't know about when, but be in the show.
You better make that finals June 2026.
That's what I'm talking about.
What we talking about?
Exactly.
Nuts. How?
This is New York City. This is Jalen Brunson, Leon Rose. Y'all started this. Y'all supposed to be some experts. And you want to come to New York because your quoted is saying, oh, that's a soccer crowd and You're the one that wants to come here and get a super max contract, if that's the case. You want to trade a couple of pieces out of here, you better not trade OG Anunoby up out of here. If you make these certain trades for New York City, you're quoted as saying, I want to compete. You're not going anywhere to not compete. You're saying you want to win. You're taking the player empowerment route. LeBron got clowned his first year. LeBron made the championship his first year. You with Brunson. He's a top 10 MVP candidate. Giannis is a shoo-in, top 3 MVP candidate every season that he's healthy. You better make the finals in June. You have to. If you don't,
you might lose 1, 2, or 3 starters. You might lose 3 starters in this deal, potentially.
Then
and bring back Giannis. Well, how the fuck are you gonna build?
And don't come here,
in
motherfucker.
30 games.
Don't come here, motherfucker. And we're gonna clown you.
No.
Fuck out of here.
Temper your expectations, fool.
I'm not tempering.
What the fuck are you talking about? Yo. All right, man. How you gonna say that and then tell them that don't come here? He ain't like that. He's shown that he ain't like that. You niggas is losing your minds.
Wait, hold on.
He ain't like that to just come in here and have a shit roster and take us to the promised land. Are y'all bugging? Y'all not watching the same thing we've been watching? Crickets, like I thought.
Oh, boy, TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.